Steve, ladies and gentlemen.
Just get myself sorted out a little bit here. I'll be with you in a flash. Well, have we all enjoyed the cruise?
Yeah.
It's been brilliant, and absolutely brilliant. Did we see the captain last night come down and give us a chat on what's been going on and what we've ordered and what, more to the point, what we've drunk? Was anyone here last night listening to what it was an enormous amount, wasn't it? Unbelievable amount of booze we got through. And I'm surprised we've reached any of our destinations, quite frankly, the way we've carried on. I blame the crew mainly. Did we all enjoy the destinations we went to? I particularly enjoyed Fortaleza. I think we were the only couple that actually did enjoy Fortaleza. We went into town with the rest of you guys, and we had a look round. We ended up in a little samba cafe, and they advised us to go to a place called Cocoa Beach, which was quite a bit up the coast, and it's a little bit of a dangerous area where it was sort of more or less right in a township. But it was fortunate because Andrea wanted to get her jewellery valued and get some tattoos done, so I dropped her off into the township and I popped along to the beach. And so it was absolutely fabulous beach. I've got to say, it really was a good beach, and there were little beach bars, so I thought, well, I'll pop into one of the beach bars and have a beer while I'm waiting for her to get her tattoos done. And I noticed there was an advert up behind the bar, so I said to the barman, "What's all that about?" So he said, we're looking for a bikini fitter. And I thought, you know what, I've retired, but I thought, it's something I could do, a little part-time job like that. That would probably suit me. So I said, is it still available, the job? So he said, yes, it is. He said, but you have to go to Montevideo. I said, what's that where I've got to put the application in? He said, no, that's the end of the queue. It's really nice, there's been some ship's romances, hasn't there? Nice, isn't it? Come on, it's nice, isn't it? Oh, that's better. And it's, sometimes, like I was at breakfast the other day, and I couldn't help but overhear a couple getting acquainted, and they were talking to each other about, things that they were, they had in common, walking in country walks, going out, playing bowls, playing golf, and they like cooking together. But of course, at the end of the day, the intimate side of things obviously reared its ugly head. And it was a Yorkshireman actually talking to a young lady from the home counties, or maybe even London, I don't know. And but being a Yorkshireman, he's not come out with something nice and flowery. He's gone, "Do you still have sex?" And the girl's gone, she said, "I have it infrequently." And he's had a bit of a think about it, this old Yorkshire bloke, and he said, "Is that one word or two?" Some of our talkers have been good, haven't they? They've been really good. And one of the ones that I particularly liked was the bloke that spoke about the memory, or mainly loss of it with us lot. Oh, sorry, I judge you by my miserably low standards. What made me go to his thing, in the summer, Andrea was walking past me, I was lounging on the sofa bed, on the sunbed, and I said, "Do me a favour, love," I said, "could you get something?" She was going into the house, I said, "Could you get me something or other, whatever it was in the house?" And she said, "Yes, no worries." So she's gone in the house for about 10 minutes, and she's come out, she said, "What was I supposed to get?" I said, "I'm stuffed if I know." True story. So I thought I'd go along to the memory bloke and see if I could improve my memory. Because what worried me, I was working in an old people's home Christmas, and I thought, just for a laugh, I told the first joke, and they've all had a bit of a laugh about that, and I thought to myself, I'll tell the same joke again and see if they remember it. And they laughed even more the second time. I thought, do you know what, I might as well just steam in. 47 times I told that joke, and at the end of the evening, the bloke's come up who owns the place. He said, That was what a fabulous show. He said, I've never seen anything like it. He said, I don't know how you remember them all. In the summer, we went round the Scottish Islands, and what a lovely little communities they've got there. And we were cruising around the island, and what happens is, in these little communities, they've all got their little pipe bands, and they come out and they pipe us away, sail away and all the rest of it, and there's nothing better, is there, than watching. I'm not going to say the Scotsmen are better marchers than the Americans or the English or whatever, but there's something about the Scots marching in the kilts, isn't there, that sort of brings a bit of a tingle to you. They do look they look like the governors, don't they, when they're marching. Anyway, I was having a little chat with one of the lads who plays the bagpipes. And I said to him, could you earn a living playing the bagpipes? And he said, yeah, he said, I do lots of stuff. I said, do you ever get any gigs go wrong? He said, yeah, to be honest with you, in a Scottish accent, he said this, obviously. He said, I got a call to go and play the pipes at a pauper's burial the other day, and so it was in a little part of the island that I didn't know very well. So I've set off to go and play the pipes, and I was about an hour and a quarter late. He said, and I saw these two blokes, the great big, digging, a great big mound of earth beside them. So I dived out of the car, didn't even introduce myself. I've got the pipes out and played my heart out, because I thought, I've really let this bloke down. He obviously didn't have a lot in life. He was a pauper, homeless, and I thought, I'll try and make amends to give him a good send-off. And he said, do you know what? He said, there must have been about 20 or 30 cars all going past, and they all stopped, and they all started singing, and he said, it spurred me on to play even better. And I played all the sad songs where he was all crying and singing, and at the end of it, the bloke who was digging the hole put his arm around me. He said, I've been digging septic tanks for 25 years now. I've never seen the like of it. On one of the islands, there was a young couple, and it was a London lad marrying a local Scottish girl. And so the Scottish girl's father said to him, what are you going to be getting married in, laddie? So he said, I'll be getting married in the kilt. He said, what's your tartan? He said, well, she'd be getting in the traditional white, of course. Young lad gets a job in a supermarket, and in the fruit and veg department of a supermarket, and he's working away. He's worked for about a week. Bloke comes in and says, can I have half a cabbage? He said, half a cabbage? He said, yeah, half a cabbage. He said, we don't normally cut cabbages in half, sir. The bloke looked very disappointed. He said, but I'll go and see my manager. I'll go and see my manager and see if I can cut one in half for you. So he's gone into the manager, this young lad, and he said, you wouldn't believe it. He said, some idiot only wants half a cabbage. I can't believe it. And the manager gesticulated that the gentleman was right behind him. Quick as a flash, he's turned round and said, and this gentleman has very kindly offered to buy the other half. So the following week, he's in the old supermarket, and the manager comes up to him and he says, that was very quick thinking of you. I'm most impressed. He said, you're quite a bright young lad. He said, oh, thank you, sir. He said, whereabouts do you come from? He said, I come from Cardiff. He said, Cardiff? He said, I know Cardiff quite well. He said, whatever made you come up to London? He said, well, Cardiff is full of prostitutes and rugby players. He went, my wife's from Cardiff. He said, what position does she play?
Ladies and gentlemen, we can listen to him all afternoon. Can we have a golden stage? Do you want one more little joke, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah!
Take it away, Steve.
Salesman walking down a road had the misfortune to knock on little Johnny's door. Little Johnny answers the door. He's got a great big cigar in one hand, and he's got half a tumbler of scotch in the other. Salesman says, Is Mummy home, little boy? Johnny flicks a bit of ash off his fag, has a big slug of the scotch and says, what do you think? Good night, God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic man, Steve! Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got time for our final act now. And this is a wonderful, wonderful piece.